Good afternoon. We are here at the Crime Prevention Association of Michigan 2012 conference, and we have been working with all of our vendors who have been so gracious to come, be a part of us, be a part of our ongoing outreach efforts and all of the things that are going on with reaching out to our community. One of those aspects of many that we talked about today is the absolute software and LoJack for computers. We know that laptop theft, iPhone theft, those are at the skyrocketing. Every home invasion, one of the first things that we know that's always been taken has been any portable units. Most of them have been laptops.
Oh, yeah.
And we're promoting an awareness through identity theft and fraud, all of those initiatives that you can do to password protect, secure your computers, as well as making sure you don't go anywhere where you're going to catch a virus and all of those things that may happen to your laptop and expose you as a consumer. You have to be absolutely careful. We are here today with Douglas, who is a part of the computer solution software.
Thank you, Richard.
Talk to us about the software package and why this is so important, particularly for laptops in your area.
Well, as you said, Richie, laptop theft is one of the fastest growing crimes and has been the fastest property growing crime in the country the last many years. Mm-hmm. And our software, and we're actually, I'll get a little ahead of myself here, but we're hardware, we're firmware embedded in the majority of laptops and desktops that are out there. We're partnered with the manufacturers, and we're activated by software. So it's a license, it's a subscription-based service, very, very affordable. You can get a 3-year license. Actually, when you buy your computer from your manufacturer, they often offer it in their extended warranties and things like that. Mm-hmm. But you can also buy it in the retail market from, like, say, Best Buy, Overstock.com, many other major retailers. We're in the Apple stores, the other computer locations. A lot of the big box stores offers, but you can get a 3-year license, a consumer 3-year license for $79.99. And we often, in fact, if you go on our website, there's often discounts and deals. We just had a 2-for-1 back-to-school special. Students, I mean, speaking of students, the college campuses and any of the campuses that use laptops, which majority of them do now, it's, as law enforcement refers to it, it's a target-rich environment.
Incredible, absolutely.
Unbelievable. And, and the sad thing is when the laptop's stolen, the student loses all their work, all their efforts, and mom and dad are basically forced to buy another laptop immediately. And that's where we would roll into play if they had, our software had a subscription with us.
So with this package, it doesn't matter the operating system or whether it's Mac or PC based.
Correct.
It will work on either of those, or there's versions for both applications.
Right, correct. You're correct in both statements. We work Mac, we work PC based, any operating system. And in the PC world, we're hardware, we're firmware embedded. In the Mac, we're software only. But we're very, very durable and very, very hard to eradicate.
You know what I found really interesting just recently at an awareness event that we did, we had information on computer security and everything we're doing with our national and our cyber security awareness initiative. And I was surprised at some of the business owners that came in and talked that they're still using Linux.
Yeah.
And does your software work with even those operating systems like Linux and some of the other ones?
We're compatible in a Linux environment. There are some things that aren't completely compatible in Linux, but we do work there. So
So talk to us about how this software works and the importance, because we know one of the alerts that I put out in a crime summary just recently was regarding airport security, hotel security, and laptops. And the multiple calls, because we do so much awareness with all of our crime prevention initiatives on computer security and viruses. We put out, when an alert comes across, I try to get it out immediately, because 9 times out of 10 I'm going to get that call. I got this virus or this has come across. How important is it to have a software package that is always looking at where you're going before you get one of the Trojans or all of those embedded things that comes across when you click on something that you didn't ask for, but you did it anyway just to see?
And that's part of, we call it a 3-phased protection. For most people, for businesses, for individuals, you should really have some type of antivirus. There's many vendors out there. I don't recommend any, but there's a long list of really good vendors out there. We also highly recommend that, especially if you have any kind of private data on your computer, that you subscribe to some type of an encryption, have an encrypted hard drive, use an encryption service, something, and a backup service is a good idea. And at the same time, the third phase is to have our services have a subscription with us or a license with us. And if you're in the unlikely situation where your laptop is stolen and you get it reported, and I'll walk through that in a minute, but you get it reported properly, get to the police, file a valid police report it to us, and then we jump into action. And our investigations and recovery team, we're made up of retired police officers from all over the globe. We've had almost 27,000 recoveries in 94 countries.
Wow.
So we work anywhere that the internet works.
That's
and we
amazing.
have, I'll kind of brag for a second, but we have over 27,000 law enforcement contacts in our database that we work with on a daily basis that come from over 6,700 police agencies across the globe. So, and we have teams on the ground in all of North America, Canada, U.S., Latin America, Asia Pacific. We have a team on the ground in Asia Pacific and the United Kingdom.
So as consumers are traveling
Yes.
with this product, you're protected anywhere that you may
Oh
go.
yeah. Like I said, we've had 27, almost 27,000 in 94 countries.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
incredible.
It is amazing.
And we know that a lot of the things that we're seeing, particularly our financial institutions, I just recently sent an alert out regarding the financial institutions being targeted for some of these new scams and frauds. And they go, one of our credit unions literally had their entire website that was hijacked. And a fake site that was set up. Then they had to work with the FBI and several other sources to get the servers shut down that were based out of the Los Angeles area and linked also to Russia. It was amazing. It was amazing how far they had to go, and the challenge with being able to get that site shut down and blocked, because they got through 3 of the 4 layers of authenticating the information as people were going to the site thinking it was the original one and the legitimate site.
They make them look so real.
It was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
People should always beware. If you don't know who your sender is, do not ever open on a single link. Don't click on any links. Even if somebody's sending you a picture saying that, hey, I got this really cool picture, take a look at it. Do yourself a favor, don't open it, because that's usually a backdoor spyware, Trojan spyware, malware, whatever you want to refer to it as, that allows and it's like you mentioned, the key country, Russia. A lot of different smaller Russian countries that have very organized crime teams.
Yes, they do.
That
I've been amazed
they're
at some of the
targeting the
reports.
U.S. I mean, pure and simple.
And when because one of the other calls we get so frequently is the Nigerian scam letters, the people who have fallen prey to fake checks in the mail, and all of the things that they respond to online thinking that it's legitimate. And that's, and I tell everyone, create a spam folder and set rules so that you don't even see it. It goes directly to spam, and they get creative with how they title it, how it's in the subject matter. It's just unbelievable how clever that they have become. And it's, if it's the old adage, if it's too good to be true, or if you think it's too good to be true, it probably is. No one's sending you free money via the internet. So and this October every year now, we're targeting with our local cyber citizenship coalition. We have one based in Washington County. We're working with the state and federal offices with Stay Safe Online, targeting our teens, our families. And this has been such a critical issue because we're doing everything now online.
Your full identity can be compromised and taken with clicking on one improper email or attachment, and it's something that we do in the in the investigations and recovery team. I was at the Ohio Cybercrimes Conference last week and actually put on a presentation there for all the IT administrators for the state of Ohio, and it's because this is the world we live in, and because through our investigations and recovery efforts, I mean the amount of crimes that we're involved in while we're working with law enforcement. I myself have been involved in some very, very high-level crimes up to the level of murders, where the suspects using stolen computers, and our forensics were able to help the law enforcement agencies through our forensics, and that's our main goal is through our recovery efforts. We work with the detectives. That's why I kind of highlighted it earlier. Work with the detectives. We know how strapped law enforcement is, and so we do the work in the background. Partner up with the detectives, send them a very nice, very comprehensive investigative summary, and let them go to their prosecutor, get search warrants, whatever, however they want to go do the recovery. That's their investigation to run. But we provide them the tools to then go recover the stolen laptop, and there's a large number of them that come with secondary crimes.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are innocent victims. They may have bought it rightfully off of eBay or Craigslist.
Craigslist is the worst, right? Everything's on Craigslist now.
And your heart aches for those people because they spend their hard-earned money on a laptop. They think they're buying something legitimate and end up finding out it's stolen.
Yeah.
And but they have no expectation of possession. It's a stolen item. It's a documented stolen item.
One of the other things too that we get a lot of questions about, we're hearing a lot of commercials, cloud service, store your information, all of these various vendors now that are, secure your data, don't worry about it forever.
Yeah.
How secure are those sites? What's the perspective from what your organization does when you're looking at all of these new services now to store your information out on the cloud? Are they secure? Should you still, if you do that, should you still have a security system on your your system so they're not vulnerable to any type of breaches?
Yeah, and this is a little bit outside my expertise area, so I'll openly say that I have no problem with that. But what I would suggest is that if you're thinking of getting a cloud service, definitely do your research first. Find out where the company is based and where their data is stored. You want to be able to know that they are secure, so that you're subscribing into a service that is a secure service, that you're not going with a startup that is maybe a little questionable, because you don't want to be sending your information to this thinking that you're being secure, when in essence you're just sending it to someone that's using it for the wrong purposes.
That's the biggest fear, where people, they look at these beautiful websites, get all this information, and they spam you. Oh, they've been talking about it, I guess I should do that. And you sign up for it, and where you think that it's going secure, all of a sudden you're sending it to the people who are looking to rip you off.
Exactly.
Or to get your personal information, because there's so much already online about us that we didn't give authorization for, that's been purchased and bought up through all of the public domains. It's very frightening when you look at the big picture. It's like, I don't have control of my personal information anymore.
It's simply amazing that with something as simple as even just a first and last name and maybe an email address or even a street name, how much you can find out about a person. With all the social sites
and the
all
search engines,
are
just mind-boggling.
And
it's just mind-boggling.
And especially with parents, and like in partnership with Crime Prevention Association of Michigan, this was the main topic last year was cyber crimes and cybersecurity. For parents, set your parental controls on your computers and pay attention to what your kids are doing. View the history often. Make it so they can't delete the history. And pay attention to what your kids are doing, because they may think they're doing something that's just for fun, when in essence they're completely compromising their identity and your entire family's identity.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of the kids don't understand.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't understand that, the information that they're putting out there. And that's why a big part of my presentation with teens, turn off the geo-tracking.
I was going to say, that's what I was just going to
turn off the geo-tracking, because you're taking and putting pictures up on Instagram, Facebook. Someone can find that information, and the stalking that we've seen. It's been amazing.
The home burglaries, you and I are both aware of it, where Susie will post a picture on Facebook and says, we're having a great time in Florida, we'll be here for another week, and
just told them you're out of town.
Bam, you just told them you're out of town.
Told them you're out of town.
Make certain you're aware of what your kids are posting on Facebook. Don't broadcast that you're going to be gone for 2 weeks or a week or even overnight. Have them post them later when they get back, or make certain their sites are marked private. So that not everybody and the geotags, great suggestion, because you post a photograph and it takes 2 seconds to click on that photograph and find the properties, find the GPS, and you know exactly where that picture was taken.
Absolutely.
So you could drive right there.
Now one of the other things too, because I want to specifically talk about the product.
Okay.
And LoJack, how is it installed? What's the process? It's embedded underneath. Is there something that every time you turn your computer on, it does a reminder that you are protected? How does the process work? Walk us through that.
Okay. We've actually been in business for 19 years. We invented this industry. It started in 1993. And it's a true, basically, 3 guys saying, "Hey, let's do this." Kind of let's do this. So, and it's kind of developed and morphed forward to what we are now. We're almost 400 employees based out of Vancouver, Canada, with domestic offices in Austin, Texas. Yeah, love it up there. Anyways, and the partnerships started with the manufacturers. The manufacturers so believed in what we were doing and what we were offering that they allowed us to become firmware embedded. And we're embedded in a version of the chip, the Intel chip, but we're also, previous to that, we're embedded and still currently into the BIOS, which is the device in the computer that lets the hardware and the software talk together. Every time you turn that computer on and off, the BIOS reloads. So if someone thinks they've been able to uninstall us, it's only been for a very brief millisecond in time, because the next time it's turned on, it reloads. So we're virtually undefeatable in the PC platform. And how the process works is you have your computer stolen from your car. Your car's smashed and grabbed, your computer stolen. You make a valid police report and report the theft. Then you report it to us. We confirm the theft with the police agency, and then at that point in time, we turn on our forensic tools. Prior to that, none of our forensic tools are on, and the only thing we're doing at that previous pre-theft is we're just kind of making one connection with the computer a day. Just making, kind of like ET phone home. We ask the computer to phone home and just give us a health check. But there's no data being gathered other than the one call. So, and the forensic suite of tools that we have that help us in the investigations and recovery team include patented tools and capabilities that allow us to monitor what the user is doing, and it's not monitored in live time, it's monitored historically, it's recorded. And we go through that, and then we're able to identify the user of the computer based off what they're doing on it. As they go in it, like when a computer's first set up, what do? They go and set up everything, set up all their websites, set up all their accounts, whatever they're using, and then from that, then we go into we set up our investigative summary, like I was talking about, send it to the detectives that we're working with, and based on where they're living, I mean, you might have had your stolen, where you live in Pittsfield Township, but let's say it's connecting from, let's say, down in Kentucky, which is not uncommon. These things move around quickly, they move very, very quickly. So, we'll stay in touch with the detectives from Pittsfield, but we will also work with detectives from Kentucky that we've worked with before, who know us and believe in us and love what we do and what we offer. We'll arrange to send everything down to them electronically. We send the full investigative summary, electronically to them, and then hook the two detectives up, and detective in Kentucky gets it back, and then we work with getting it shipped back.
Now, one of the things, too, because I want to make sure that our listeners understand, this is not Big Brother looking over you. This is a subscription service that you activate when you purchase that computer. And it could be, when we say it's embedded in the Intel chip, but we talk about HP, we talk about all of the various vendors that are out there, multiple names of computer companies who purchase that product, but you as a consumer must purchase the service. So it's not like government's looking over you, or someone's spying you. So please make sure that you understand this is not what this product is. This is something that you initiate and you purchase for your computer security.
And I need, thanks for bringing that up, but I need to kind of reemphasize that point, because when it's reported stolen, like I said, we independently confirm it through the police agency that it has been reported stolen. We match up the police case numbers, verify that, then we turn on our forensics. And at that point in time, our goal is to recover the property, the stolen property, for the customer.
So your service, and when they sign up for the service, this is a whole process where you signed up to help. We're going to look for your computer if it's stolen.
Correct. With
a police report, you must file a police report that product's been stolen. We will verify that. You give us that police report number. We will walk it through the system, confirm it. We will then initiate the service that you've paid for to make sure we can find your computer.
Exactly.
That's
and then we work to recover our customer's product, their protected asset, whether it be, we have many large customers as far as, in the healthcare world, the banking world, the school systems. A lot of school systems just love what we do, because as I said, we've recovered almost 27,000. We get back hundreds of computers every week. And, for every laptop that comes back into the school system, that's usually, a couple grand or more that the school system doesn't have to take out of their budget to replace it. Most of them don't have the budgets anymore to replace them.
No, they don't.
So it's coming back into the students' use. So, same with the healthcare, any of the large industry, they love us because of the data protection that we also offer. That's some secondary services that we offer. We offer the ability to remotely delete. That's a secondary service. That's kind of the premium service, where if you have sensitive data on your computer and you subscribe to the premium version of it, your computer gets stolen. We go through the whole process, but then we also can deploy data delete, which is it's a Department of Defense 7-layer swipe. It's a certified delete process, and it's virtually irretrievable, and it's provable.
Yeah.
We have the documentation to show that it's been done. So it helps with risk mitigation. We can show whether the files were accessed, modified, or created in a post data theft lifespan. And so the people with private confidential information industry, with the industrial espionage that's going on.
I tell you, trade secrets are so critically important to try to keep track of. And, every business awareness meeting that we do, we've got information about encryption, computer security, because we have so many smash and grabs right there, because computer and laptops can be seen from a window.
Oh, yeah.
They smash it and they got it and gone, and trade secrets, everything else on there, because it's not password protected.
And some of them are being targeted. They know they're engineers for a big company. Yeah. And I'm all of us in recovery. We're all members of a group called HTCIA, High Tech Crime Investigators Association. I was just at the local Michigan one just 2-3 weeks ago, and that was the main topic, was industrial espionage, industrial spying. I mean, it's here.
Oh, it's not amazing.
It's not coming. It's here.
As a legislative liaison for our organization, I'm watching legislation here in the state of Michigan, in addition to the cybersecurity awareness coming out of the Homeland Security, as well as Washington, and the cyber czar. We've got czars at every level, but this is probably one of the most important ones ever created, because it's not the crime of the future, it's the crime of today.
It's here.
It's the crime of today.
Yep.
Well, Douglas, thank you so much for your insight and your information. We know that we are in the October is our National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. These tips that we're hearing today are so critical for every level of consumers, for business entities, those who need to have an awareness, because we can't live without smartphones and laptops and tablets now.
No.
They're all vulnerable.
They're all vulnerable. They're the item that the underworld uses for commodity.
Yeah,
really. You know that.
It's amazing. It's amazing. We're going to put the website information up on the screen, contact information, as well as how you can get access to these resources that are available as you purchase your computer, or even after the fact, to make sure that you include this with the security on your personal computer as well as your business site. My name is Rich Coleman. We're here at the 2012 Crime Prevention Conference with our good friend Doug, who is with Absolute Software LoJack. Check the product out. Thanks so much. We'll be right back.
Thank you.